Hello everyone, today I want to tell you about something many people talk about, the 2003 Alabama State Quarter, the one with Helen Keller on it. Some say there is a version worth $3,500. Is that real? What makes one worth a lot? What errors or special versions exist? I will try to explain everything in simple language, so you can understand even if you are new to coin collecting. Let's begin. The United States has a series called the 50 State Quarters. Between 1999 and 2008, the U.S. Mint made special quarters for each state. Each quarter shows something important about the state. In 2003, Alabama got its turn. The Alabama quarter was made in Denver, which is shown with the letter D on the coin. The reverse side shows Helen Keller sitting in a rocking chair. Around her are magnolia blossoms and pine branches. The words, "Spirit of Courage," appear. Also, Helen Keller's name is written in regular letters and in Braille, which is very special. On the front side there is the familiar picture of George Washington, with inscriptions like Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and the year. Many people like this design because Helen Keller is well known, and the design honors courage and overcoming obstacles. The Denver Mint mark D means the coin was made in Denver. In 2003 the Denver Mint produced a very large number of Alabama quarters. Specifically, over 200 million coins. Because there are so many, most of these quarters are common. Common means many exist, so they are not rare just by being made. If many coins exist, then each one is usually not worth a huge amount, unless there is something really special about it beyond the fact that it was made in Denver in 2003. Most of these quarters have been in circulation. That means they have been used in pocket change, in stores, in wallets, lost, scratched, worn down. When coins are used, the fine details get worn, edges round off, letters become softer, parts of the design fade. When a coin is well used, even if visually nice, it usually has lower value to collectors than one that looks fresh, sharp, has all details, no scratches, no nicks. Collectors call the coins that look almost as if they were never used, uncirculated, or mint state. Those are the ones that often are worth more. Because the production was so large, the usual value of a normal 2003 Alabama quarter in used or circulated condition is basically its face value, 25 cents. If you have one in your pocket change, that is almost always what it is worth in everyday use. If you have one that is not worn, that looks nice, crisp edges, good detail, it might fetch more. But most guides show its value at a few dollars at most for uncirculated ones, depending on condition. Some versions are special. There are proof versions and silver proof versions. Proof versions are made for collectors. They often have sharper detail, cleaner finish, sometimes mirrored parts, sometimes frosted parts. Silver proofs are made with silver in them, so they have metal value as well. Those special versions are more expensive than regular ones. But even then, most proof or silver proof 2003 Alabama quarters sell for maybe tens of dollars, not thousands, unless there is something extremely rare or exceptional about them. Now, what about errors and varieties? Errors are mistakes made in the minting process. Varieties are slightly different designs or features that are not common. When a coin has a very rare error, or a rare variety, collectors often pay much more. But how rare must the error be, and how good the coin's condition must be, for the coin to reach high value? That matters a lot. Possible errors include, missing the outer metal layer, called clad layer. U.S. quarters are usually copper core with outer layers of copper-nickel alloy. Sometimes the outer layer is missing on one side, or both sides, or partially missing. If that happens, the coin looks copper-colored instead of silvery. That is visually striking and rare. Another error might be die cracks or die chips. The die is the stamp used to press the design into the coin. If that die is cracked or damaged, it can leave raised lines on the coin, or parts of the design may be weird. But small cracks are not very rare, and small ones usually do not make the coin extremely valuable. Another error is off-center strike. The coin is not struck perfectly aligned, so part of the design is cut off or shifted. That can be interesting. Then there is misprint or wrong planchet. Sometimes the blank metal piece used might be wrong type, or have impurities, or thickness or metal content wrong. That could make value increase if the error is big and rare. Another kind of variety is small design changes that were made unintentionally, like misengraving or a different die used that left slight differences. Those are interesting to collectors when confirmed by experts. For the 2003 D Alabama quarter, there are some known error coins. Some have missing clad layers, some may have die cracks or chips. But the majority of coins are standard, with no noticeable errors. Also, even among error coins, many are in circulated or low-grade condition, which limits their value. The even rarer ones may be in high-grade, uncirculated or proof condition and certified by a grading service like NGC or PCGS. Grading and certification add trust, telling collectors that the coin is real, the condition is what the seller claims. Now, people sometimes claim that one of these Alabama quarters is worth $3,500. Is that realistic? Under certain very rare circumstances, maybe yes. But with the usual coin variants, usual condition, usual errors, almost never. To be worth $3,500, a coin would almost certainly need to have a combination of features: extraordinary error or variety, excellent mint state condition, very sharp detail, no wear, no damage certification by a major grading service, possibly some documented auction where a similar coin sold for close to that price. Without those, buyer confidence drops and floating price claims often are more hype than reality. For example, if someone had an Alabama quarter with missing clad on both sides, perfect condition, no scratches, crisp detail, and it had been graded MS67 or above, that might make some collector highly interested. But even then, $3,500 is a very high price, and among collectors people tend to compare to past sales. If no one else has paid even $1,000 for such a coin, asking for $3,500 is likely more speculation than fact. It is also possible for pricing to be inflated online. Some people post coins for sale with high prices hoping someone will believe it or want to gamble on rare value. Others see a video where someone claims, "My coin is worth thousands," and believe it, even without evidence. This is common with collectible items. So always look for proof, pictures, grading certificate, and past sales of similar coins. If you have one yourself, how can you check whether yours might be one of the special ones? First, look closely at the coin. Study the edges, the lettering, the detail in Helen Keller's chair, magnolia blossoms, and view whether letters are crisp or soft. Does the rim edge of the coin show sharpness or is it worn? Then check whether the coin looks like any of the error kinds. Is there copper showing where the silver-colored layer should be? Is part of the design missing or off-center? Are there odd raised lines indicating die cracks? Is there any damage, scratches, corrosion, toning color change, or other marks? Also compare with pictures in coin collector catalogs or websites of known error coins. Sometimes an error that looks unusual is just damage or a mark, not a minting mistake. Second, if you believe the coin is special, weigh it. Many coin collectors use small digital scales. If the weight is different from what a standard quarter should be, that could be a hint. Also, check metal content if possible. If someone claims it is silver or something unusual, check how silver-proof coins are made, what their weight should be, etc. Third, find out if a similar coin has been sold before. Auction records, collector databases, coin-selling websites often have past sale prices. If a similar coin sold for a high price, that gives you an idea of the true market value. Fourth, consider getting it certified or graded. Grading adds cost, but collectible buyers often trust graded coins more. Services like PCGS or NGC will evaluate the coin's condition, grade it, give it a holder, and make it easier to sell if you find someone interested in rare coins. When I look up coin value guides, for the regular 2003 D Alabama quarter it is still worth face value, maybe a small amount more to a collector who wants a nice copy. For uncirculated, sharp copies, values are higher but not close to thousands. Some errors sell for somewhat more, sometimes hundreds of dollars if the error is dramatic and the coin is in very fine condition. But I did not find credible, documented sales of any 2003 Alabama quarter that reached $3,500. That doesn't mean there's none, but if someone claims one, it should come with proof, certificate, pictures, a reliable auction listing. People sometimes think that coins that look clean, shiny, or have unusual color spots are rare or valuable. But many times, shiny or weird color is not enough. It might be cleaning damage, or discoloration from storage, or toning, which can be good or bad depending on how it happened. Mistakes in judging condition can lead to overestimation. Also, the coin market is influenced by demand. Even if a coin is rare, if collectors are not looking for that exact error or don't believe the seller's claim, price goes down. When people claim a coin is worth thousands, they often show a wish price or what they hope to get. Buyers usually offer much less. The actual sale price is more important. So if you see a listing or video saying, "This coin worth $3,500, ask, did someone really buy it for $3,500, or is that ask price? Are there comparison coins? Is the error verified? Is it graded? Without those, such claims should be treated with caution. It's more likely that many 2003 Alabama quarters exist in uncirculated condition, certified or not, that sell for maybe $5 to $30, or maybe more if proof or very near perfect. Error versions might reach higher, possibly hundreds of dollars for dramatic flaws, maybe higher if extremely rare and well preserved. But thousands of dollars require something special and well documented. So when you check your coin, keep your expectations realistic. If you want to show it to someone, take good photographs, front side and back side, close UPS of the design details, the edge, the mint mark, the date, any unusual spots or missing layers. Good lighting helps. If possible, find someone with experience, or go to coin shows or local coin dealers, ask for their opinion. They may help you see whether your coin has value beyond face value. Also remember that value depends on what someone is willing to pay. Even if your coin is special, if there are few collectors looking for exactly that error, the price might be lower than expected. Supply and demand matter. If many people have similar coins, supply is high so price is lower. If very few have coins with exactly the same rare error and condition, then demand can push price higher. In summary, the 2003 Alabama State Quarter is a beautiful coin with meaningful design. Many were made, so regular ones in regular condition are worth face value or a bit more. There are special versions, errors, proof coins, silver-proof coins, that are worth more. To reach very high values like $3,500, you would need a combination of rarity, condition, documentation, grading, and marketplace demand. Claims of such high value should be checked carefully. Always compare with past sales, get certification if possible, inspect condition closely. If you want help comparing your coin, you can show photos and descriptions, and someone familiar with coins may help you estimate. I hope this explanation helps you understand what makes a coin valuable, what kinds of errors to look for, and how realistic high price claims are. Thanks for listening, and good luck if you are looking through your change. You might surprisingly find something special.